Right everybody, I'm outside of the sweat house, and this is unique really because, like we said earlier, in Victorian times with the corsets and everything, ladies used to come across here and spend their time in here to have a breathe, let the corsets out, as they say, Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know all about that.
How would you be corsets? You do not. Do you think that they used to come over here as well to have a quick nip? A nice little
maybe.
drink?
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
or-
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, probably coming in for just a general touch-up, really. Get
Yeah,
a bit
good old
of-
chit chat while he's
Yeah,
doing the
yeah.
sermon for 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, put some more powder on your face.
Yeah,
and-
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
I've got the crystal here, and we're going to try a little session here to see if we can pick up anything from these Victorian ladies. Okay?
Yes.
So let's get the
So,
crystal spinning.
Everyone breathe in.
Everyone breathe in.
Deep breath in.
I'm going to bring my arm in so it's like that. Right, we're now starting to spin. Well, it's actually going from side to side at the moment, it's not actually spinning.
Yeah,
That's weird. This whole place is a bit weird, isn't it?
it is.
Oh, it's now starting to spin, that's fine. If there's any spirits here where we're standing, can you please stop this crystal, please? Can you please stop this crystal? Are there any ladies who use this sweat house here at all? Who used to come over here to relieve themselves of their corsets? If you are, can you please... Oh, thank you very much.
Of course that you did.
Of course that you did. Yeah. Thank you. We come with love and peace, no animosity, and a little bit of
Yeah,
cheer.
I'm so sorry, that was awful.
Yeah.
of me.
Well, we come with a bit of
Sorry.
cheer. So, can you please spin this crystal again, please? Can you please spin this crystal again, please? If you could, we'd appreciate that. Can you please? Oh. Ah, thank you very much. Can I ask you, are you buried, are you laid to rest in, there's an echo,
It is an echo, it's a big echo.
a
here.
big echo. This place is weird.
Mhm.
If you're laid to rest in this graveyard, can you please stop this crystal, please? Oh, lovely, thank you very much. I'm taking it that you are a lady because you would have had corsets. Is that true? Is that true? Are you a lady? Can you please spin the crystal if you are a lady? Are you a man? If you're a man, can you please spin this crystal? That's weird.
No.
If you're a lady, will you please spin this crystal? We'd appreciate that if you please spin this crystal. If you are a lady.
Or a woman, perhaps you don't, perhaps you're not a lady.
Are you a woman?
I'm also
Yes.
not a lady. I'm not very ladylike.
So you're a woman. Thank you very much for that. Maybe I was overstepping the mark calling you a lady. Hey? Yes, thank you very much. I can see you're got a very strong, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you used to use this little sweat house when you was at this church? Did you used to come and use this little sweat house? Thank you very much. Now when I call it a sweat house, I'm thinking about Victorian ladies with corsets and stuff like that. Is that true? Is that what they used to do? If they did, will you please spin the crystal? If that's what you used to do, will you please spin the crystal for me, please? Was it a place where ladies used to come and have a meeting? Come and have a little meeting?
Sort of just chat and
Chat,
powder
yeah.
your nose a bit, you know.
Powder your nose and whatever. Ah, thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it really was a lady's house, as they say. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. Can I ask you something about yourself? Can I ask you something about yourself? And you know, You said that you was buried in this churchyard. Are you buried here? Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Are you buried far from where we are standing? Are you buried far from where we are standing? Or are you close to us here? Very close.
Yeah,
This is when I want the rods, really.
Yeah.
If you can bear with us, I'm going to get some Dazen rods and you will be able to point to your grave. Is that okay? Is that okay if we do that? And maybe we can get your name. Right, thank you very much. I'll go and get the Dazen rods. Right, I'm back now and I've got some Dazen rods here. I hope you can use them. If you can hear me, will you cross these rods, please? If you can hear me, will you cross these rods, please? If you're still with me, will you cross these rods? Can you cross these rods if you can still hear me? Let's try.
The woman we were talking to earlier, who's not necessarily a lady.
Yeah. The woman we were talking to earlier, who used to use this little sweat house, can you please cross these rods if you are still with us? If you're still with us, can you please cross these rods, please? Can you please cross these rods if you are still with us? Can you please cross these rods if you're still with us? Are you pointing? Is your name Lucy? Is your name Lucy?
Oh.
Weird. Can you cross these rods if your name is Lucy, please? Can you cross these rods if your name is Lucy? Can you point to your grave, please, with these rods, so we know where you are?
Wow.
Thank you,
No.
Lucy.
That was
What's
so
her second
fast.
name on there?
Spark.
Lucy, is your name Lucy Spark? Lucy Spark, is your name Lucy Spark, please? If it is, will you cross these rods? Can you cross these rods if your name is just pointing to that grave?
Should we go over that way?
Do you want us to go over to your grave? If you would, can you cross these rods? Or keep pointing them? Oh my word. Okay. We're going to walk over to your grave, which is only a few feet, and try and talk to you there. I'm going to let Amy speak to you, because she's no lady.
True.
She's no lady.
This is true.
So you should have a lot in common.
Okay, so we just moved over to Lucy's grave, and Lucy, if you wanted us over here, and if it's easier to talk to us here, and you're here right now, could you cross these rods, please? From one non-lady to another. Could you cross them? Oh.
Sorry about that, Lucy.
Sorry, Lucy.
We're just getting bugged attacked
Not
at
a
the
fan
moment.
of bugs.
Yeah.
No, definitely not a fan of bugs. Were you not a fan of bugs either? Okay. That's great. Okay, so if you could point these forward for me, I'll be able to ask you another question. Yep. So you were 60 years old when you passed. That was in 1867. So what era would that have been? 1867.
Victorian.
That was Victorian. So that's the right time frame. So you were a Victorian woman. Yes? Yeah, thank you. Could you uncross these again, please?
I think, yeah, Queen Victoria was on the throne. Yeah.
Yeah.
After that.
Could you straighten this, please? So I could ask you that? Yeah? Thank you. So was Queen Victoria on the throne during your lifetime? Do you remember Queen Victoria? Could you cross these rods if she was about in that time? Oh, they're going.
Yeah, she was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ask them to go
Okay.
forward.
Could you straighten that one, please? Could you make it go forward? Are you wondering what the device is on the floor? Okay, well that's the spirit box, and if you wanted to, supposedly, you could use it to speak to us. You can use the frequencies to talk to us. If you wanted to give that a go, you could. That would be great.
Well, we have another little device on the floor here. If you could make the little light go off, we'd appreciate that, please.
Yep, if you wave any body part around the front of that, around the orange part, it should go off if you were to do that.
Yeah, use your
It would
energy
go
to set it off if you could.
We've got lots of little fun devices.
Yeah.
um,
So we know, Lucy, you used the sweat house when you was
yes.
on this plane.
So, did you used to wear corsets? Could you cross these if you did wear them? Full on corsets, like the really sort of boned. Yeah. Okay, could you uncross these again, please? Did you like wearing any corsets? Could you cross them if you liked them? Did you enjoy them? They're going further away. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I wore a slight corset once and that was a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Were they like actually painful back in the day? Because I didn't wear a proper one. Did it actually hurt you to wear a corset? Could you cross them if it was actually painful? Things they suffered.
Yeah.
To look
Yeah.
slimmer, to have an hourglass figure.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Right. Could you straighten these out again, please? Lucy, are you aware of any other spirits in this graveyard? Do you know of anybody else who wanders around here? Could you cross these if you are aware of any other spirits?
I want you to ask if you can see us as well.
Yeah, definitely. That was a really long pause on the spirit box as well. Okay, could you cross these a little bit more if that was a yes? Could you cross them slightly more? Are you aware of other spirits? Yeah. Okay. Could you uncross these again, please? So, do you know of Ellen? Have you spoken to Ellen or seen her? Do you know that she's here?
Alan Halifax.
She would have passed away roughly, I think about 10 years after you did. Do you know of Ellen? Could you cross these rods if you know of her? Ellen Halifax. She's over in the big old stone building over there. Do you know her? Oh.
Did you ever meet her in life? Yeah.
That's a cross.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. Can I ask you another question, please? Thank you. Can you actually physically see us right now? Like, can you see what we look like? You can hear us because you're responding, but can you see us? Can you cross the rods if you can see us standing here? Because we definitely can't see you. I have no idea where you are right now. Can you see us?
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that is a yes, yeah.
Ask her to point them where she's standing.
Okay. Because we can't see where you are and where you're standing, could you show us where you're standing? Would you be able to point these in the direction of
Thank you very much.
at the gravestone?
She's standing there.
Okay. Thank you. Could you move the other one there as well? Is that okay? I know it's a bit far away from you, but could you... Are you able to move that one? We've just got a preference for this one.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can you put that rod forward, please? So it's back
Can you
both
push it
forward.
round?
Can you push it forward, please? We'd appreciate that.
Oh.
No?
It's kind of, it keeps going back and forth.
Yeah, I think she's just wants us to look at her grave, I think.
Yeah?
Lucy, are you happy that we're speaking to you? If you are, can you cross these rods, please? Are you happy for us to be here with you and speak to you like this? If you are, can you cross these rods, please? I think it's
Stuck there.
she's just stuck there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like me to look at you when I'm talking to you? Is this what's happening right now? I feel like I'm getting kind of slight diva vibes, like a little bit of like a respect sort of a thing.
Oh, we respect that.
Yeah. Are you? Am I looking at you now? Are you happier with where I'm?
Yeah. Thank
Okay,
you, Lucy.
thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you. That's amazing. Right, so I can't quite read what's on the bottom there. It's a quote.
We'll see if we can get it when
See
we
if
finish.
we can. Yeah, we'll see if we can read it for you. Do people come here to visit you often? Could you cross these rods? Does anyone come to see you, or do they know that you're here? Have you spoken to anybody else? No, I thought that's a no. Do you see people in here? Do you watch them? Can you cross these rods if you see people coming through here? Do you see them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know there were 3 people who came here recently? There was 2 men and a woman. Did you see them when they came in here? They came in with sort of similar setups to what we've got now. They came in, they also had cameras and
At
equipment.
night time.
At night time, yeah. You did see them? Okay. Could you uncross these rods, please? Can you make them face forward? Thank you. So, you saw them. Did you speak to them? Did you interact with them while they were here? Did they manage to speak to you? Oh. So you did interact with them? Okay. Did they think that your name was Harriet? Because Harriet's just kind of behind me there. Did they, when the meter was going off, did they think that you were Harriet in that moment? Can you cross them if that's what they said?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did say that because, yeah, they said it in the video.
Mm.
Wow, okay. Are you personally offended that they thought you were Harriet? Were you a bit offended that they didn't notice you here? Because we could always ask them to come back and talk to you. I'm sure they'd like to. Would you like them to come back and talk to you? So they can actually know who you are. They can actually know your name.
Like we've found out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like that to happen?
And we're happy to speak to you.
Yeah. You could, oh, that made me jump. Could you cross these rods if you would like them to come and talk to you? We could ask them to get your name and everything straight. Yeah. Yeah, okay. We could do that. Yeah, definitely.
What we're going to do now, Lucy, we're going to wrap this up now. All I can say is thank you for that. We really appreciate that interaction with you.
That was great.
It was
you.
great.
Yeah.
It was really good. About the corsets, I know we laughed, but we weren't affected by those devilish pieces of equipment.
Yeah.
And I know that ladies or women of your era were. So you must have suffered a lot. So with that, Lucy, I leave you with the love of the Lord, and I wish you well forevermore. Thank you.
Oh, that uncrossing.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
Right, everybody, that's the end of our investigation today. I'll let Amy have some thoughts on what she's found out about today.
Just wow, really? Crikey. It's a lot. It is a lot. I've never been physically touched before. That was new. That was new. That felt weird. But it was cool. I think we definitely got 2 like major interactions there.
Definitely.
Huge. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think like without a doubt those were 2 separate spirits.
I think
2 very strong encounters.
Yeah, when you was talking to Alan,
yeah,
I could actually see a slight shape behind you. I hope the camera's picked it up. It probably hasn't, but I could definitely see something behind you, which was quite interesting.
Just felt someone's hand was on the back of my head holding.
And I felt that I got touched on the back of my neck. I can't say if that was a bug or not. And the other strange thing is, we mentioned that the GoPro camera turned itself off.
Yeah.
And then when we went back and turned it back on, it turned itself off again. And we're not sure if it's on now, but we'll check that later.
Yeah.
Lucy up there was not a lady.
Not a lady.
Not a lady. She was a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And she, to me, seemed quite fun.
Yeah.
But she did suffer from corsets. Yes.
Sounds like a disease when you say it
Yes,
like that.
corsets.
Suffered from
Victorian corsets.
Yeah.
Alan did admit that she was the one playing around with the other
With
team.
the ghost hunters, yeah.
She played around with him, and I think she admitted doing his hand.
Yeah.
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 So I think we've answered a couple of good questions there. We've been bugged out today. When we were talking to Lucy, it was right next to a grave that they thought was
Harriet.
Harriet.
Yeah.
But her grave is quite hid up just behind, and I think it wasn't Harriet, it was Lucy.
Yeah.
So when they come over again, hopefully they talk to Lucy. But overall, what do you think?
Well, from a normal human hat on, it's really nice. It's a lovely place. It looks great. I couldn't imagine there being a famous wedding here, really. But if you want somewhere out of the way, then here's definitely a good place to go. From putting the paranormal hat on, definitely some very compelling stuff.
We could get inside the church, and we were going to do a session in the church, but for some reason I just felt it was disrespectful, and that doesn't usually affect me. But I've said to Amy that I just don't feel right going in there and doing a session. I don't know why, but we didn't. We kept it all outside. So it's about it, Amy.
Yeah.
One good one.
I know.
First time you've been touched?
Yeah.
By a spirit?
By a spirit.
Yes. Anyway, with that, it's
goodbye from Suffolk Amy.
Suffolk Andy, and keep
spooky.
Bye.
Bye.
Is there anybody else here?
Mary, was that you?
If there's anybody here in the spirit world who'd like to talk to us, we come with love and peace.
A lot of people who are alive at the moment constantly ask the question of, is there life after death? Do you know the answer to that?